How you doing?
Welcome. Welcome to Costa Travels. Here we are in Donna, the famous Donna corn maze. Boy, this place has been around for a while. About 10 years ago, I know that this property was owned by one of my good friend. Name is Scott Taylor. He was a DJ for KRGV radio. That goes way, way back. So, yes, he was the property owner here. I don't know if he's the one that started the corn maze. I believe he did, but don't don't check my sources. But look at these pumpkins here. Check out these pumpkins. Very nice. They're painted. They're not carved, but you can buy one here and then you can paint it. I guess that's what it is. Some people are good at carving these things, like no. My son is
Get a
pretty
lot
good at
better.
carving them, and so not me. Never tried to carve one, but some people enjoy carving them. And then you take the pumpkin seeds and you roast them, and you have a good thing to eat. I like eating pumpkin seeds. Anyway, so that's what this kid is going. It looks like fun. There's so many activities here. It's I'll tell you, it's a good place to come and visit. But the Dana corn maze. I'm gonna tell you some of the spooky stories that I covered when I was a photojournalist here for KRGV, and I'll tell you a good one. It's many years ago. I went to Rio Grande City where there was this kid. Apparently, they claimed that he was possessed by the devil. This looks like fun. I guess if you like paddling, and I don't know, so that seems like fun. But to again, it must be a lot of work just to pedal this thing all around the course here. You know what? I should have tried. Anyway, maybe I'll come back and try it. But it's affordable here. I think it's like $7 or $12 per person to come in and enjoy all these activities here. Anyway, I'm going to tell you the story about went to this town near Rio Grande City, if I can recall. I think that's where the town was. And they said that there was a person, a young man, that was possessed by the devil. So, yes, I go there, tell you some of the stories they sent me to. We haven't found the trampoline here. Let's not lose my thought here. Anyway, there's a Cinderella pumpkin pie, pumpkin picture. You can take a picture with your pumpkin. Anyway, then I call this a cabbage patch or pumpkin patch, but it's a pumpkin, corn maze pumpkin and pumpkin patch place. Anyway, they said that this boy was possessed by the devil, so I go to this person's house. There was a bunch of men standing around there, and there was this kid, this young man, about I think he was a teenager, and he was laying in his bed, and he looked kind of messed up, like he was kind of sick. So he said that he just had demons in him, and so I started filming him, and then he started saying ugly things to me, cursed my mother, and he was just evil person, very evil. And they had to hold him back so he wouldn't attack me. Apparently, he was so strong that he wanted to attack me. Those things there look kind of spooky there. Anyway, this kid was trying to try to attack me, and he called me a lot of things, and just it took some people to hold him back, and so he was possessed, and so they claim. He was kind of an ugly thing to see that somebody could say so many ugly things and just don't know, what makes these people think they are possessed by the devil or demons or what. But so yeah, but there's some people that are even close to me that one time there was this, yes, I can't tell you what she's related to me or what, but apparently she claimed she was possessed too, and so, but It was an exorcism, and they managed to cure her. So yeah, there's who knows to believe if it's true or not that these people are possessed. And I know the movie The Exorcist. That when I was a young man, the movie came out, and it scared the hell out of a lot of people, including me. I was left scared there for a long time. I guess it touches with your soul, believing that kind of stuff. And I remember seeing the movie The Exorcist, and it was horrifying, and did not like it. Did not. I guess now I see it different when I see the movie. If I wouldn't even really watch it again, just did not like that movie. But I remember that story, the Devil Boy. I did meet the Devil Boy later on when he got a little older. I think he was like in his 20s or young 20s. I ran into him again, and he remembered me, and we talked a little bit, and he said that yeah, he had an exorcism, and they somehow got the devil out of him and the
Okay.
demons out of him, and
Okay.
he became a good person. He became, I believe he told me he was gonna be a preacher. So that was very interesting. I like to hear that. From being an evil person to becoming a minister, that is good. Look at all these flowers here. Here you can pick your flowers, and they can take your flowers, and for $1 each, pick as many as you want, and $1 each, and you can take it to your loved one, or just go put them in, decorate your house. This is right here next to the corn maze. So, but they do charge you for picking the little lilies here, whatever you call these little sunflower plants. So that's one of the stories I remember. Then I one time went to this ritual where they were, like I guess, the devil worshippers or evil worshippers, and they would even had flames coming out of the ground. It just come out, and it was amazing. Like I know people ask me if was I ever scared. No, funny thing, I guess that camera gives you some kind of courage, but no, I guess I've never been a person scared of that kind of stuff or what. You know, one thing that scares me is roller coasters. I don't know why. I can jump out of an
You're the guy.
airplane. I can fly all these tiny little airplanes, and but the only thing that I'm always a little scared of, I did try it one time and I didn't like it, was a roller
You
coaster.
figure it
So
out.
there, you got that. Anybody got any ghost stories? Anybody ever seen a ghost? I gotta admit, I've never seen a ghost. I even went to the Clown Hotel in Nevada, which is haunted, but I didn't know at the time that it was haunted. It was just this little town about 100 miles
They got a
north
pencil.
of
They
Las
got
Vegas.
flags.
I just happened to be coming back from Reno, and I come onto this town, and I was hungry, and I went to Dairy Queen, and across from Dairy Queen, there was this
Serenita.
weird hotel, and it said the Clown Motel. So wow, okay. So and they had a little shop in front of the
I like
motel
the
with all
the
these
little camera because the
clowns,
stick, you go
these
real
little
high.
clown
It's like you
figurines,
have a little
oh,
drone, you know.
thousands
I
and
put it
thousands
real
of
high.
them. So that's all I kind of found it interesting. So I spent time there.
Yeah.
And it got a little late for me, so I spent the night at the famous Clown Hotel in Topa, Nevada. Very interesting hotel. Later on, I find out that it was haunted. And so, but
We
I
got
couldn't
that.
feel
You're
anything.
right.
The only thing that I knew it was kind of weird that there was a cemetery next to it, and the cemetery was very interesting because and their tombstones, and many of their tombstones, they would explain to you how the person died. It was interesting to see that it got run over by a stagecoach. I know it's not. I don't say it. I just find it interesting. How they describe how the person died. That got killed by the Native
It can't be
Americans.
that hard, no?
Got bitten by a snake. It would tell you that on the gravesite. So I found that kind of interesting to see that now I don't know. I don't know if some of the graves here now, grave tombstones would explain on how you passed away. But let's go back to the stories about the ghosts here. One time I went to do a story with these ghost hunters from Edinburgh.
You
We
can
went
tell
to
people
the
see right through there.
Macallan Library. That's where we went to see if there was ghosted. Apparently, the Macallan Library is haunted.
Did we?
Take
We
my
should have
word.
taken a ride right there.
That's what they say. I'm not making this up.
Think so? Yeah.
These people from
Look.
Edinburgh, these ghost hunters, and I, I went with my camera, and
Well, I don't know.
no, they would say they feel stuff. I didn't feel anything.
They,
But
they
some
go
of the
right through
ghost
there.
hunters would
Cheap.
say, explain, and tell me
Yeah.
that yes, this place is haunted. You can feel the cold.
Okay.
Some people say they hear voices.
And your phone costs thousands,
I don't
huh?
know if they saw anything, but
Yeah.
they would hear spirits, and they would feel the cold. They would tell me, look, you feel the temperature dropping. Look in this area right here, little corner, and do you feel the temperature dropping? I would say just to go along with whatever, I would say yes, but to be honest, no. I never felt the real the cold, the shivers, or I
Yeah.
hear any
Those guys go
voices.
right
And
through it.
no,
Yeah. Yeah.
believe me, I've been trying to record ghosts forever. I know I've seen some videos that some people do, and some impressive about. I seen this one about this little girl that apparently went to visit some graveyard, or
See,
that
you
was
didn't have to
kind of
cheat.
interesting
There
how
we go.
they got that video of this little girl
Yeah.
visiting a grave gravesite.
There's a
I don't know if
barn.
it's a loved one or someone she knew that this little girl went to see
So,
that gravesite, and
so
very interesting. I do find cemeteries very interesting. Going to quite a few. Here in Rio Grande City, there's a very colorful cemetery. And if you come into Rio Grande City, suggest you all should visit that place
okay.
because there's people put like little things, little trinkets on the gravesites they go of their loved ones. Like I know I went to visit and there was cigarettes put, there was
We
some
have to go
food
up.
left behind, and toys, and they were just very interesting how some people just take care of their loved ones and still go take care of their loved ones' graveyards and tombstones, and it's nice. Look, we're looking to the north, we look to the south. This is the Donna corn maze. Find it interesting how people like to get and try to find their way out of these messes here. Oh, we came out. This is the second time I think that I've done the corn maze, and twice I've never made it out through the exit. I made it out through the entrance. I went in. I go out the same place I went in. So I don't know. I guess I just don't know how to follow instructions here. Yeah, but the McAllen
Are we going the right
Library,
way?
very interesting. I believe they do have little tours, especially around Halloween. I'm gonna see if I can get some. I'm going to get some video of some of the decorations some people here. I'll probably do that on Halloween. So yes, this is what I can think of. Oh, they say that the museum in Edinburgh, the historical museum in Edinburgh, is
Oh,
haunted.
here's a
Apparently,
water.
they used to
Which one do we
hang
take?
people there. If you do go upstairs in the museum, you'll see they have a gallows where they used to hang people and criminals that apparently they committed a crime and they were found guilty and they were hung. So I forgot. I have to go back and find out when was the last time the last time they hung a person there. But they still had the gallows there. It's very interesting. check out. They're riding this little thing here, and that's the little hay ride or tractor ride. I liked it. It was nice. It'd probably be nicer if you do it at night. But here they have fireworks here. So there's fireworks. There's a haunted trail. I done the haunted trail back for a story for Channel 5, and it was very interesting. It's pretty long, and the kids make it very exciting. They try to scare the jiggers out of you. What do we call it? They're just trying to scare you, but they're pretty good at it. I enjoyed that. That was very interesting. That they have all these kids, and but like I said, once you take a camera, it kind of takes away the thrill of it because the kind of camera you look you're looking through the lens, so you really don't pay much attention. You don't really believe it's true. That's another place. Let's see where they believe it's haunted. That's the Edinburgh Museum, and then there's the pump house in Hidalgo. That's supposed to be haunted. They have a nice decoration. I believe they even have a haunted uh, house there at the Hidalgo pump house. And then there's the one in Progreso. I forgot the rancho, some kind of name. I forgot the name of the place. It's a ranch, and apparently that's haunted, and there's a lot to ex- experience as you travel the valley. There's so many places you can go and find out. They have these little spooky times, and like I said, I'm not really, never really got scared of these kids or these people dressed up and trying to scare you in these apparently haunted haunted areas. One of these days, I'm gonna go follow a ghost hunter. That's what I'm gonna go do one of these days. And yeah, there still is the corn maze. Now I'm at this I guess petting zoo or just farm animals. Look at all the chickens. Quite a few chickens here. So I guess this corn maze is not only a corn maze, it's a farm. Very interesting. Yeah, and another one place that they believe is haunted is it's in Bronzeville, at the old fort, the, the old fort in Bronzeville. Yes, I guess it's the college now, but there's quite a few books about that place that they claim that it's haunted, and I've done that one too. I've gone there and I didn't see anything, didn't feel anything, but maybe it's me. Maybe there's just some people that can't feel anything and don't see anything. So it's hard for me to say. I can't say it's not true. I can't say it is true. That I think some people have that gift, and then there's some people that just no way. There's just no way you can tell. You just don't have that gift of seeing the supernatural or UFOs or never seen a alien and really never seen a ghost. And you would think with all these people having cameras on their phones, and I don't know. It's just hard to believe that you you wouldn't be able to capture an image now. You know, there's so many ring cameras and those cameras on your car, and it's hard for me to believe now that we would not be able to really see anything from the supernatural that they be captured on a camera nowadays. So, but it's always fun. It's always nice to believe and to keep this tradition of Halloween going. Because whether you believe it or not, it's enjoyable. Look at these little small horses here. Kind of cute. Little tiny horses. I know there's a town in Arizona with a bunch of mules. Just burros. Yeah, which is not a horse, okay? I know that, right? Yeah. So those are my stories that I can recall about Halloween and haunted trails and haunted places here. I'm gonna try to see if I can next Halloween. I'm gonna go to a haunted house or Fort Brown, Fort Ringo. I mean that's haunted. Fort Ringo and Fort Brown here in Brownsville, Texas. So gotta go check it out and see if it's true. I always like chickens. They're always fun to see. Chickens, goats. I'm surprised none of these goats butted me. Well, I thank you for joining me to Costa Travels as we tour another place here in the Rio Grande Valley. I like to go and I will travel outside the Rio Grande Valley and bring you some videos. I went to the Mule Town and I'm going to bring you that pretty soon. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. So please keep the channel going and Scott to Travel. See you back soon. Bye bye.